She is the founder of Afro-Medics Mentor, which is a mentoring platform for Nigerian medical students. She's a YouTuber, so many of you have seen her. She's a YouTuber whose focus is on health education in Igbo and English language, and even in Pidgin for those who prefer to go for Pidgin English. She has programs on YouTube in these languages. I was watching her all the time that our students were singing, and the way she was nodding her head told me that she loves music. And of course, she indeed loves music. She's a soprano singer with a vast resume who combines music and medical activities. Hence, friends and fans call her SopranoDoctor. A combination of singing powers and medical expertise. She was born in the month of March, the late 80s. Very young person, because she was born here in Abia. And the second child, and the first daughter of Chief and Lolo Carol Odocha, who is from the family of a long lineage. Family of accountants, educationists, and other technocrats. So we are not surprised that she is a consummate educationist and a professional too. Her family hails from Ife, Ezinite, the second children. I hope you are excited to see that your daughter is a high flyer. She is married to Dr. Antonius Anayotubu Eze, a PhD holder and assistant professor of medical biochemistry at the College of Medicine, University of Nigeria. This person standing before you here started her primary school. You guys where? International Early Learning Center. So it's one of our products, so to say, to pass through this place, the primary level. And that was between 1990 to 1996. At secondary school education was at Access High School, Abia, Cross River State, Nigeria. She did her university education at the first indigenous university, that's University of Nigeria. In other words, she studied in the den of lions, University of Nigeria, from 2004 to 2010. Following her sportsmanship at the Federal Medical Center in Abia State, she traveled to the United Kingdom to join her darling husband, who was doing his PhD in the University of Glasgow. So she then, since that time, she has made inroads in various areas of public and private life. She then worked as a music teacher at the Academy of Sacred Music in Glasgow. She loves music, indeed. There at the Academy of Sacred Music in Glasgow, she did her best while she was preparing for her UK licensing exam. Today, Dr. Okechi Sylvia Eze serves her community as a public governor, a solo singer in the church, a trusted wife, a daughter, and a mentor, in addition to her role as a general practitioner and primary care doctor with the NHS, that is National Health Service, far away United Kingdom. That is ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, it's my pleasure to invite to the rostrum Dr. Ogechi Sylvia Eze to present her keynote speech. Another applause for her, please.
Graduation from nursery school to primary school. That was when we used to wear this white cape around our necks. We have the picture. My parents keep memories. And I stood with Ekene Eze, he was my classmate. We gave the speech in that field there. That was sometime in 1990. And my mom was shaking my hand. My dad was shaking my hand. They were the chairman of the occasion, and that's why I said, it gives me great pleasure to stand here again. 1990 to 2023, that's like 33 years. So I'm not young, I'm young. I may look young, but. So, it's today the 28th of July, marks exactly 1 month I came back to Nigeria for my holiday. I put my annual leave together. I tried to come back home every year because I'm so attached to my parents. I can't afford to stay away without coming back in a year. And I come back regularly to do my medical outreaches. After I survived COVID, which was quite bad, I decided, you know what? It's not just enough to come back home for holidays and take pictures at Kilimanjaro and Luxury City and ShopRite Elulu. What am I doing for my community? I decided to start doing free medical outreaches, which I started in my village. The one of this year, unfortunately, was cancelled due to the in-season sit-at-homes. We were even attacked in Enugu. So my friends, my consultant orthopedic friends, and other specialty doctors who were supposed to come back pulled out. So my equipment are there, our home in Enugu, gathering dust. I'm hoping I'll be able to come back again in December to do this outreach because I am inspired every day and challenged by our proprietress, Mrs. Giovanna Onuma. She doesn't understand the seed she puts in us. I will still come to my speech, but permit me to perambulate a bit, because that will help me, come to the meat of this discussion. I always say, in our circles, especially among Nigerian doctors, we talk about Japa. Who knows Japa? Who knows Japa? Wants all Japa? We want to fly out, we want to run away from the challenges. And my proprietress came back. She did not come back. She came to a country and made this country her own. She didn't choose Lagos, Abuja, which almost everybody thinks that those are the only parts of Nigeria. She came to the southeast of Nigeria, to Abia, a region of the country that was still recovering from the throes of the Biafran War. She came here and set up the foundation. I can only imagine the challenges she would have faced. New country, mosquitoes, heat, a language that was alien. And she said, I have a dream, and I'm going to see this dream to fruition. When I tell my classmates in the university that my proprietress came in from the United States, they were like, really? And all of us are running away. I said, it's true. We should stop and think. What are we doing for the country that made us? What are we doing for the city, Abia, that made us? Ever since I came into Abia, the sit at home is really hitting us hard in Enugu. So as soon as I had a little bit of a break, I ran off. I told my husband it would be only 3 days, but I've been here for 2 weeks now, and I don't want to go back because my parents are spoiling me. I will have to go back soon. So, I am standing here today as a proud alumni of International Early Learning Center. This morning, when I was leaving the house, my dad was straightening my dress. He said, this is how we used to straighten your blue school uniform and your ribbons before you left for school then. He said, make us proud. Make us proud. Don't go there and start crying like you were crying in 1989 when you said, I don't want to go to school. Now, now you're going to give a speech. So, let me focus because the topic of my talk is the need to remain focused and determined in the pursuit of academic success. Your Excellencies, Royal Fathers and Mothers, my lords and ladies spiritual and temporal, the chairman of the occasion, Engineer Emole Onoma, my proprietress, Mrs. Zavada Onoma, my highly distinguished principals, Auntie Ifoma and Uncle Faustinus, my primary school teacher, Auntie Happiness Wako, who has kept Auntie Happiness Daniel Wuni Wako. I still call Auntie Happiness Wako. She was my teacher in primary 5 in 1996 when I left. All our teachers, all our staff, right from security officials who have been ever so polite and nice to me each time I come, our highly cherished parents, our graduands, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, other students and pupils, good afternoon. I wrote good morning here because I wrote this speech by 2 a.m. My parents were awake with me, putting finishing touches. And I want to say thank you to them, whenever they watch this, for your sacrifices. Even till now, they stayed awake with me. It is my singular honor and privilege to be afforded this rare opportunity to be a guest speaker in this August assemblage. This epoch-making graduation ceremony happening in July. My name is Dr. Ogechi Sylvia Eze Ni Odocha. I got my bachelor in medicine and bachelor in surgery from the University of Nigeria in 2010. I am a member of the Royal College of General Practitioners from 2017 in the United Kingdom. I am a public governor of the University Hospitals of Derby and Burton NHS Trust, and I'm a founder of Afro-Medics Mentor, which is my way of giving back to Nigerian medical students. I was excited when exactly Friday last week, I came to greet my primary school teacher and my proprietress, who happens to be one of my role models. And unexpectedly, after a very fun day dancing with the primary pupils, I was told I was going to be the guest speaker at today's event. I nearly collapsed. Like, what? That was not the plan. I wanted to sneak in and sneak out. I therefore crave your indulgence to join me as I do justice to this topic, the need to remain focused and determined in the pursuit of academic success. So the three words there, focused, determined, and pursuit. Not just academic success, but success in life as well. Contemporary developments in this institution brings to mind the scripture, Zechariah 4:10, and I quote, "Do not despise these small beginnings, because the Lord rejoices to see the work begin." My parents enrolled me as one of the early pupils in 1989 at the former site, which was number 4 Fox Road. It was beside Mentabel Hotel, and it was very convenient for us because it was opposite our house. I have decided to go back to the beginning so that together we will start from there on this journey on how we can remain focused, determined as we continue the lifelong pursuit of academic success. This institution today is a case study in focus, in determination, in resilience, in academic success, and positive results. Everywhere I've gone, both in Nigeria in the African subcontinent, and all around the world. The fruits of International Learning Center and Dority International are so clear to see. They are resplendent. Our alumni all around the world occupy prominent positions. My dear proprietress, Mrs. Giovanna, Engineer Emole, and all my teachers, I salute you once again today. From nursery school, we were drilled with classwork. How can I forget the dictation, the spelling? We will write until our hands pained us. In medicine today, we call it repetitive stress injury. But it was for a reason. We were given homework, we were given assignments. I will pile all my mathematics assignment on my father, who was an accountant, and he'd say, now, wow, do these people want you, do they know that you're a child? And my mother said, it's good for her. Unbeknownst to us, we were being prepared for a world as challenging as it is fascinating. So, you graduates are sitting down here, eager to go into the world that is fascinating, very fascinating. But I must tell you, it is as challenging as it is fascinating. Your journey has just begun. I was speaking to a group of medical students who had just graduated, and they were all like MBBS Ibadan, MBBS Uyo, MBBS Nigeria. And I said, welcome to the labor market. And they were like, I'm a doctor. I said, don't worry, you will understand. Our parents held our hands as we traced the cutouts of the alphabet. Why did I say cutouts? My mom has kept every single artwork we did from nursery school. The printout of my hand is hanging in her room, full of dust. She will clean it and hang it there again, to remind me that there was a time I couldn't write, to remind me that there was a time I would fumble with my pen and my pencil. Our teachers were always on hand to keep us on the trajectory. In other words, to keep us focused. As our parents held our hands to write our alphabets, uppercase and lowercase, we were able to form our first words. With these words, we began to write our first sentences with determination. We strung these words together like beautiful necklaces. And now, our sentences have formed an artwork of phrases, texts, paragraphs, articles, and books of and about academic success. I say this because I'm a writer. I've written for Punch newspaper a number of times, especially when I was at home. What I call, the aspect of my life I call uni-home, because JAM dealt with me for 2 years. So that's another thing to keep in mind, that you may be brilliant, but there are certain factors that are beyond your control. As such, you must find ways to maintain that path of academic success. I was a bright star in secondary school, and I thought that as soon as I came out at the age of 16, I'll just walk into the university. But JAM says, oh yeah, wait, relax. That's where you're rushing to. You will stay at home. And I had to start going to sharp brains, intellectual giants for, it was a time of my life that I learned about the school of life. The school of life that the four walls of the classroom will not teach you. There I learned how to go to the market and haggle like my grandmother. There I perfected my Igbo language. There I started following my dad to the village for our Ife Community Development Union meetings. I used to write his speeches for him. I learned about life, which was different from my biology, which was I was the best student in. It was different from mathematics and further maths. It was different from English. But it all helped in forming me into the person I am today. So, our necklaces of sentences have formed the phrases that we write in our books. Those phrases of encouragement that help us on the path to academic success. As we grow and mature and develop, we come to the point in our lives when we take over from our teachers and our parents. From writing uppercase and smaller case, we began to write cursive, which I learned in primary school. And when I want to bamboozle my patients over there, I write in cursive, and they're like, made me. You won't understand. So we keep on wowing them in many ways. In many ways. So we take over from our parents and our teachers. We have to take the responsibility for our own destinies. We do this by holding on to two paddles. The paddle of focus in one hand and the paddle of determination in the other hand. Because the pursuit of academic success is an uphill task. One of rising to the highest, one of so and so. To remain afloat, to remain a shining ambassador of this great institution, to remain a source of pride to your parents, to remain a source of pride to yourselves. You need to know how to soar above the challenges of life. We must remain focused, we must remain determined. We achieve this by reminding ourselves every day of why we started. I'm sure our proprietress, Mrs. Savannah Ondoma, had to remind herself every day of why she started. Imagine coming out and there's no lights. There's no lights. Some days I wonder, why did I come home for this kind of holiday? Waiting with this, heat won't kill me. But I have to remind myself that I love my parents so much. And my coming back here reminds me of why I have to think of sources of energy like solar, wind, water. There must be a solution to this problem. The other parts of the world where they have constant electricity, they don't have two heads. The same red blood that flows in me flows in them. They don't have 3 kidneys. I've done autopsies in medical school. They have 1 kidney, 1 brain, 1 stomach. So what is it that is limiting us? To remain afloat, we must remind ourselves every day of why we started. I am reminded of this popular writing or poem called the Desiderata. Who knows the Desiderata here? Okay. The Desiderata, it hangs in my husband's office, and it was one of the things that endeared me to him. I love deep thinkers. People that I can have a deep discussion with. It's not just about what I'm wearing or the latest fashion. Can we talk about matters of life? The Desiderata says, we are all children. You are a child of the universe. You have a right to be here. You're no less than the trees and the flowers. You have so much good to give. And last Friday when I was here with the primary school students, Engineer Emole said something, I wrote it down. He said, it's not about what you take from life. It's about what you give to life. Life is short. Medicine has taught me that life is short. I see patients who it's time to discharge them, and you write the discharge summaries, their bags are packed, and they go into the bathroom and have a heart attack and die there. And they are taken from their packed bags to the mortuary. Nobody knows when it's going to be the last breath. So what are we doing with the short life that we have? Are we busy looking at others? Are we busy being distracted by every fly that passes by? There is a purpose for which we are on this earth, and for that reason, we have to remain focused. The Desiderata tells us, you have so much good to give to the world. In as much as we say that the humanity is flawed, we are flawed, yes. I know as human beings, we are capable of as much evil as much good. Which side do you want to be on? What do you want to be remembered for? Again, I am reminded of the quote by George Lucas. Always remember that your focus determines your reality. Focus requires discipline. It's not easy. It's so easy to blend with the crowd. There was a mural on that wall on the other side. I don't know if it's still there. I used to go there as a primary 4 student and look at that mural. It was a mural of a school of fish, all swimming in one direction. And there was one fish that was swimming in the opposite direction. I don't know, I'm yet to go and see if it's still there. It was there when we used to fight during break time. When others are fighting, I will go and be looking at that mural. Can you stand on your own? Can you stand out? Or must you be with your clique? Whereby you get dissolved, you get absorbed. Who are you? Who do you say you are? Not even what your parents call you. Not even what Sinach sang. I know who I am. Who do you call yourself? What have you been given to give to this world? It is important to remain focused because, like I said earlier, the pursuit of academic success is an uphill task. It is a journey of paddling upstream, just like your geography lecturers will have taught you. It is an act of rising to the highest against the laws of gravity as taught by your physics lecturers. It is so easy to lose focus. It is so easy to give up. It is so common to lose sight of why we started. It is so easy to lose sight of where we're going. In the midst of your friends, brother, how far now? Where did they go? I came out today, I want to go to Abia library. Now come follow us, maybe enter luxury city. No. I want to go to Abia library. Another person comes, sister, where did they go now? I'm going to Abia library. For what? Come, there is this place at luxury city, let's go and shake waist. And before you know it, you lose sight of why you even dressed up, packed your books, and left your house. It is so easy to get lost in the crowd. Hence, I advise the following steps to remain focused. Number one, we have to put on blinders. You can do it physical blinders or psychological blinders. And what that means is look at where you're going and keep looking. My dad told me of a story. His dad, my late granddad, told him when they went for a funeral. You know, when the corpses are laid in state, people go around to pay their last respect. And my dad tells me that was his first time of seeing a corpse. And the eye of the corpse was opened, looking up. And my granddad came to this corpse and said, that is, keep looking. Most people around are fair weather friends. You will learn with life. Most people are there for when the going is good. And once the going is bad, they begin to disappear. It shocked you, it shocked me. Because I know what I've seen in my small journey in life. Put on blinders. Just like you will be taught if you're a horse rider. In the UK, they call it equestrian, which is a branch of agricultural science. Horses, they put blinders on horses who do all the Queen's Parade because they don't want them to be distracted by anything to the left or to the right. Look forward. Number two, block out the noise. People will call you all sorts, mbotik. You do too much. Who are you impressing? What name have I not been called? At the point in time, I think it was in my SS3, you know, when the hormones start to rage and all the girls are getting toasted, and I say, why is nobody toasting me? Nobody they see me. I slept a bit because I wanted to be in the in crowd. And my parents noticed it in my results. This was me who was always among the first three. As soon as I entered SS1, when we started to wear short skirts, and the figurehead started to come out, I began to say, somebody should notice me now. I left my books because I wanted to be noticed. And it took my school mother, who was a very intelligent young lady, she's a barrister today in the US. She called me aside and said, okay, this is not you. These are young men who are still navigating life. Calm down. You will see men and get tired. They themselves will see women and get tired. Which one is saying he is asking me out? And he is writing me a love letter. Go and read your books. So when she spoke to me, I went back and I read my books. I had to block out the noise of, okay, you're not a happening girl. In our school, I went to boarding house, so my experience was different from what we're seeing here. In boarding house, whether you like it or you don't like it, so you go see boyfriend and everybody was coupled up. People like us who grew up in Abia, which I was telling Mrs. Oban about my experience, schooling in Calabar, where I suddenly became a minority. Man, it was a shock, like, suddenly, it paid me. But what could I do? I was a minority and I wanted to blend in. I had to learn to block out the noise, to remember that my parents were paying a fortune to send me to one of the most expensive schools as at 1996. I haven't told my parents this, but one day I woke up. You know, when you're a young girl going through all the throes of hormones, estrogen and progesterone, and your body is forming, sometimes you don't sleep well because you're thinking about one love letter you expected you should have received. And early one morning, and I heard my dad and my mom discussing about how they will sell their cars to keep paying our school fees. How will I then forget such a sacrifice? I start to read love. Who are you? Which love letter for what? When my parents love me so much. So I thought about number one, put on blinders. Number two, block out the noise. In our distraction-filled environment, if you're not on Twitter, you're on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, you're on Instagram. You're not on Instagram, you're on Threads. Take time out and take regular social breaks. I call them social detoxes. They are good not just for our physical health, but for our mental health. There's so much pressure to conform to Instagram-style models. Some of those things are airbrushed. I have been in theater to see people that on the Instagram, they look so perfect. And then when we come out the cloth, they're saying, Instagram. Do not be pressured. You are beautiful, you are handsome, you are perfect the way you are. Number three, create a vision board. I don't know if anybody has gone for any vision board seminar here before. Anybody? Vision board? I went for a vision board seminar sometime last year. It was organized by Black Women in Health in the UK. It was a 5-hour session whereby we were told to go through magazines and cut out pictures of what you want to be. Where do you see yourself? I cut out pictures of myself speaking at public events, and I'm here today. I cut out pictures of myself in government, and I became a governor last year. I cut out pictures of myself with my family going on holiday, things I'm planning. We're to make this cut out and put them on a wooden board. We pin them there and write under it when you expect this dream to come true. And we're told to take those vision boards and put them somewhere in your house where you see them. I put them in my kitchen because I love cooking. And I'll be cooking and I'll be looking at this vision board, envisioning that one day, these things here will become my reality. You become what you see. You become what you focus on. You become what you dwell on. So, if you can avail yourself the opportunity right now of a vision board, you can cut out seeing yourself in the university campus, seeing yourself as an SUG president, seeing yourself as a medical student, seeing yourself as an engineering, nursing student, law student, whatever you want to be, you need to focus on that. So that is point number three. As SS3 or as senior students, you can create a vision board of where you are going from this point. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years, etc.? You create your reality. Anybody can do anything, but you create. You are the driver. You are in the driving seat to move you to where you want to go. I want you to learn how to envision where you want to go. And then I want you to focus on it every moment. I want you to work towards it with determination to achieve your goals of academic and life success. Point number 4, have SMART goals. S-M-A-R-T. Who knows what it means? SMART, yes, it's an acronym. It means S, specific. Don't just say, I'm going to be a big man. I'm going to be a big woman. What do you mean by that? Be specific. Are you going to do it through having your own hospital? Are you going to do it by setting up an NGO? How? S, specific. M, it should be measurable. So, in the next 1 year, what have you achieved towards getting to that goal? Have you got into medicine? Have you done a pre-degree? Have you read the books you need to read to get into medical school? So M, measurable. A, achievable. It should be achievable. You will not say if your dad is giving you 2,000 naira a month, which was my pocket money when I was in school. I wouldn't, because of the 2,000, I come and start saying I want to go and live in exclusive off-campus facilities. No, I had to live within my means. So whatever you're doing has to be achievable. If you're not an astronaut, how are you going to get to the moon? Are you planning to do astral travel? Whatever you're doing has to be achievable. Number 3, R, it has to be realistic. Outline the results you want to achieve and how can they be feasibly achieved. So that's R. T, it should be done timely. Not tomorrow they'll come. I will be a medical doctor. 5 years they've come to you, I will be a medical doctor. What is the delay? Whatever you're doing has to have time goals because those time goals help to keep you in check. So I've talked about putting on blinders, blocking out the noise, creating a vision board, that's number 3. Number 4, having smart goals. Number 5, which is so dear to my heart, what are your talents? Some people say, oh, I cannot sing, I cannot go on Nigerian Got Talent, and that is the limitation of some of these talent shows. Talents could be that you are the best listener in your class. When you do your class awards, like we did in my SS3, we found out people had gifts. Some were the class encouragers. After you failed an exam, you go and sit with this person. This person will give you morale high. You will go and write it again. Some of you are very good in tidying the class, and you think nobody notices me because I sweep the class. Do you know how much money there is in events planning? Do you know how much money that you can develop that talent you have? Permit me if I sing once in a while. I sing and I cannot help it because I'm SopranoDoctor. I want to sing this part of this song. My school administrator, late Lady Rosella Jaja, she was an American lady. She's late now. She told us this song. She said, if you can't preach like Peter, if you can't pray like Paul, you can speak the love of Jesus that heals our lives again. To heal the sick soul. What I brought up from there is, if you cannot preach like Peter, I'm sure your class will have class pastors like we have in our time. If you cannot pray, those people that can kabash, I am not good enough. What is your talent? Everybody was born with a talent. Facts. In secondary school, I used to plait hair. I never knew that plaiting hair would make me good pounds in the UK until I went over to the UK and found that to make Isiaka all back was 40 pounds. Trust me now, about girl, I opened shop in my house. They were coming. The money was so easy. Even the hair under this week, I plaited it myself. I plaited hair for my mother. I told my mother to give me money. My mother said, are you okay? I carried you. I said, it's okay. 9 months, thank you, it's okay. Sorry. Leave it. What are your gifts? What are your talents? When I went to the United Kingdom, like I was telling my aunties when I was dressing up, I went there, my shoulder was like this. And I went, I said, I'm MBBS Nigeria from the then greatest lions and lionesses. They said, calm down. Do you have a General Medical Council license? That is, do you have a UK license? I said, what is that? I can clerk, I can make a diagnosis, I can treat. They said, I'm sorry, that's not the question. The question is, have you got a General Medical license? I said, no, I haven't. They said, I'm afraid we can't help you. Ogechi, you need to write the PLAB exams, PLAB 1 and 2, before we can discuss. All right, we're ending this discussion here. Okay, thank you, bye. He shot me. So all the anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, embryology, histology, I did. It don't count for anything. I had to write the exams. So that period, when I went to 2012, I had to do my exams. We needed money. Life over there ain't easy. Forget what anybody is telling you. If you can avail yourself the opportunity to go for a holiday first, it's good to go and peep and see where we work per hour. Is it because I'm here relaxing? We work per hour. Sometimes I work 14-hour shifts to pay bills. And I was telling my dad, I was showing my dad, my dad is an accountant now, so anything money, if they are trying to cheat me, I show my dad. I said, Daddy, before I left, I put 3,000 pounds in my account, and now it's only 100. Daddy, it's like they're cheating me. He said, but you have direct debits. I said, yes. He said, let me see your account. It's not a place where when it's time to pay bills, you'll be going to NEPA office or you'll be delayed. You set it up. On the 3rd of the month, 200 pounds has gone out. 2nd of the month, your house rent has gone out. Your council tax. So I was looking and said, Chineke, even as I'm not there, everything is going out. So it's not as rosy as we think it is. If you want to go there, do you have the energy to work? So I had to start plaiting hair, and then I got a job in a music school. how did I get this job? I got this job because I sang in church on the first day I arrived. And the priest was singing what a beautiful soprano. He told me to sing for the bishop, Bishop Mario Conti of Glasgow. I sang for the bishop. And then he came to me one day and said, one of our parishioners is the owner of the Academy of Sacred Music, and she needs a teacher for the children. I said, Father, I've only been a choir member. I started singing from nursery school here, and I've been a choir mistress. I founded the choir in FMC Abakaliki. I was the founder choir mistress, and we held a wonderful carol of 9 lessons. And I said, Father, I have never been a music teacher. He said, but you did music in secondary school. I said, yes. He said, then you can do the job. And that's how I got the job as a music teacher, because of my talents. The door was open for me. I started teaching music, and from there, I saved money to write my club exams. I saved money to pay my bills. So, what are your talents? Some of you might not be sure. Maybe you need a life coach. Maybe you need to speak to your parents. You need to speak to your guidance counselors. There is something, even the act of writing speeches, there is so much money to be made from it. Are you a content creator? You know how much money there is in it now. I don't need to tell you. Are you somebody that can, be the one to care for others? Find your gifts and develop it. We all have gifts. You may not be able to sing like me, but you can debate efficiently like the ancient Greeks in the Areopagus, or like our fathers in the Obi or the Igwe or the Ezes. Maybe you are a politician in the making. Maybe you are an orator in the making. Maybe you are a lawyer who will be able to argue the case of your clients and win the cases. Number 6, and a very, very important point. Who is your squad? Who is your guy? I don't know a shout. See, as you day like beans and rice, who is your squad? Who are your friends? Who are your community? Who are your clique? Who are your partners? Who is your tribe? A phrase I learned in primary school, show me your friends, and I will tell you who they are. Even the scripture in 1 Corinthians 5:13 says, do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good character. You may be the best, but the friends you keep, I tell you, they will pull you down, one way or the other. If your parents have said, I don't want you around this person, believe you me, what your parents have seen sitting down, if you like, go into outer space, you wouldn't see it. Mind the company you keep. They can make you, they can mar you, they can destroy you. Who are you letting into your space, into your head, into your mind? I always say, be your own best friend. Love yourself. Value yourself thoroughly. It might be lonely at the top, lonely, whatever they say. But when you begin to enjoy your own company, you will realize that you are enough. Your priority is to make your one life count. Your priority is to make your parents, who have sacrificed so much for you, make them proud and be better than your parents and be able to give back to them when the time comes. Your priority is to fly the flag of International Learning Center and the flag of Dority International Secondary School. I have one last song to sing. I know I have overstepped my time because I saw when I started. Permit me. This song is one of focus. If you know the song, you can sing along with me. It's a song I learned in my GSS 3. I learned it when I was falling out with some of my friends who I thought were my friends, and they dealt with me. That's when I had my first bad experience with bad friends. And after I had this bad experience, I didn't want to make friends anymore. And my school mother noticed it. She noticed I suddenly had lost my gregarious and loquacious nature. I was now becoming an introvert. She said, no, okay, I wouldn't allow you hide away because of what happened to you. You need people. So the song goes,